The country is a mess. It's been horribly run. The oil is just flowing at a very low level, much lower than, even if it was badly run, it should have more income, more oil than what they're doing. So we're going to have the big oil companies go in. They're going to fix the infrastructure, and they're going to invest money.
The capture of Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro could have serious implications for American taxpayers, potentially leading to financial burdens far greater than most people might imagine. On December 5th, President Donald Trump announced that U.S. taxpayers might be asked to cover the cost of reimbursing major oil companies for repairing Venezuela's damaged energy infrastructure. In practice, this means money from American taxpayers could be redirected to fund the extraction, processing, and transportation of Venezuelan oil back into global markets. Trump emphasized that a substantial amount of funding would be required to boost Venezuela's oil production capacity, suggesting a massive financial effort would be necessary to restore and expand operations. He stated, "A tremendous amount of money will have to be spent, and the oil companies will spend it," implying the private sector would initially bear the cost before eventually seeking repayment. Trump further clarified in his interview with NBC News that these oil companies would ultimately be reimbursed either directly by the U.S. government or indirectly through future oil revenues.
Venezuela right now is a dead country. We have to bring it back, and we're going to have big investments by the oil companies to bring back the infrastructure. And the oil companies are ready to go. They're going to go in, they're going to rebuild the infrastructure. You know, we built it to start off with many years ago. They took it away. The country is a mess. It's been horribly run. The oil is just flowing at a very low level, much lower than, even if it was badly run, it should have more income, more oil than what they're doing. So we're going to have the big oil companies go in. They're going to fix the infrastructure, and they're going to invest money. We're not going to invest anything. We're going to just take care of the country. We're going to cherish the country. We're going to take care, more importantly, of the people, including Venezuelans that are living in our country that were forced to leave their country. And they're going to be taken very good care of.
According to reports, U.S. Energy Secretary Chris Wright is scheduled to hold key meetings with executives from Chevron, ConocoPhillips, and ExxonMobil to discuss the situation in detail. Analysts expect these crucial talks to take place during the upcoming Goldman Sachs Energy Conference in Miami, which has become a central venue for negotiation and policy discussion in the energy world. However, as reported by the Wall Street Journal, several major oil companies appear to be far more cautious than Trump suggests and may hesitate to invest heavily in Venezuela despite the potential rewards. Many in the industry remain wary due to the ongoing uncertainty about who will hold power in Venezuela and how political instability might affect long-term investments, the report adds. The Wall Street Journal's Colin Eaton said, quote, "The oil industry is saying that they don't know what Venezuela's government is going to look like tomorrow. They need sort of a long, stable environment to invest in." So while President Trump has sort of come out and said that these oil companies are going to invest a lot of money in Venezuela, the details are unclear, and we may hear some answers this week, as the administration continues to talk about this with oil companies, unquote. According to The Guardian, Venezuela currently produces around 1.1 million barrels of oil every single day, though this figure remains well below its former peak levels. Despite holding a staggering 18% of the world's known oil reserves, the largest share of any nation, Venezuela has so far managed to extract only about 1% of its potential resources. On January 3rd, the United States launched an unprecedented series of coordinated airstrikes across Venezuela, marking a dramatic escalation in military intervention. During these operations, President Nicolas Maduro and his wife, Cilia Flores, were captured by U.S. Special Forces and swiftly transported out of the country under tight security. Both Maduro and Cilia Flores are now reportedly being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York, where they remain in U.S. custody while awaiting trial. In a federal courtroom in Manhattan, Nicolas Maduro has pleaded not guilty to charges of narco-terrorism, setting the stage for what could become one of the most closely watched trials in recent U.S. history.
25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.